Hi everybody, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. We do have some props today. So we've got the blocks, we've got the straps. I'm gonna be focusing a bit here on strength and stability, and particularly the outer hips. So we talk a lot about the fact that the hip joint is the largest joint in the body, and a lot of times we're storing some things in there, maybe some tension or some tightness, and we always want to have the joints to feel good and to bring that synovial fluid into those places and to allow our range of motion to be what it is. But there's always this balance where it's nice to be loose and to feel flexible, but we don't want to be walking around like a wet noodle all the time either. That there has to be some strength that complements that. So as we work on range of motion, we also want to work on strengthening the muscles around those joints. So I want you to place a lot of focus onto these outer hips, and the props are going to be ways that we'll utilize the props as a way to kind of tap into those muscles, and hopefully you'll have some awareness. You'll be able to sense them a bit more when we do these postures. But just like always, set everything aside right now and start to just arrive for your practice. Know that everything else that I've already mentioned, everything is ancillary, because the whole purpose of us being here is to work on training our mind, that no matter what the diseases that we're having in our body, and they're coming from the stress that we make in our mind. So if we're not hitting that, then we're really missing this whole aspect of wellness that is key to our well-being. So try not to underestimate some of these things. They might seem a little bit simplistic, but they're very profound from my experience. And I think the fact that yoga's been around for thousands of years also speaks to the fact that that works. So in order to start to try to train your mind to start to slow down, that we want to place it on one point of attention. And it's really convenient that the breath is happening right here and now in the present moment. What you can do is to begin to tune into that breath. So find a nice comfortable seat for yourself, somewhere where you feel upright, not uptight, where you have a little bit more awareness, some alertness in the back body, and begin to drop into that breath. If you can breathe through the nose comfortably, I'll invite you to do that. And that nose is going to act like a natural filter for the air. It's going to help to control the breath and warm the breath. Breathing deep is really the key. And that's because we don't naturally breathe deeply. It's something that we need to focus on in order to do it. So if you're focusing on that deep breathing, hopefully other things will start to melt away. You can begin to find a sense of presence, a sense of relaxation and calm. And then just try to smooth it out so the breath isn't choppy or erratic. If anyone was listening to you breathe, they would just think you're in a calm and peaceful place. And then throughout the whole yoga practice, your job, not mine, is to make sure that you maintain that smooth, deep breathing throughout the entire class, throughout all the different shapes, throughout the challenges. If it feels good, if it feels challenging, I've still got that smooth, deep breath flowing free. And I'll keep reminding you in case you forget. If you get distracted, that's very natural. But I'll just keep reminding you, are you breathing deep? And at any point in time, you can come right back here. And then since we also carry a lot of tension in our neck and our shoulders, we're going to start there today. So if you can, I'll invite you to take your right hand, see if you can bring it to the back chair leg. If that range of motion doesn't work for you, you can always use the side of the chair. I'm going to scooch up just a little bit here, placing a little bit of tone into my abdomen in order to keep that spine nice and strong. And then just notice how your right shoulder is wrapping back as you grab the back of the chair leg and try to take the shoulder to drop down from the ear. See if you can bring that left arm up to the sky, reach it nice and high. And then if you can, just drop it behind the back like you're giving yourself a little pat on the back here. And then see if you can press the back of your head into the arm and just start to look up and lengthen. So we're getting a little bit of a stretch here in the thoracic spine. We're getting an opening, and we're still breathing. Breathe in and out. Again here, deep inhales and exhales. Good, and then take that left arm, let's stretch it up to the sky. Now you can shift that hand just down to the side of the chair. Let's take one more inhale here to reach high. And then as you exhale, let's take a side bend over towards the right. Keep rooting down through that left sitting bone. Breathe deep, inhale, and exhale. Good. Okay. Come on up with that hand, drop it down by your side. Take your right hand now, bring it to the opposite thigh, and then start to draw your left ear down towards your left shoulder. So now we're getting into the side of the neck. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next inhale, go ahead and come on back to center. Release that hand. Shift your knees so that they're turning towards the left side of your chair. And bring a block with you if you have one. If you don't, it's okay. I'm going to give you some cues, and you're just going to imagine as if you have the block. So we're coming to the side here, turning towards the side. I want you to take the block, and it's the narrow length that's in between the knees here. And as you squeeze into the block, or just your imaginary block or book, whatever you have, start to feel those muscles in the outer hips start to engage. And then we'll move into a twist from here. So turning, hips stay stable the whole time. The outer hips stay engaged. I like thinking as if you have a pair of painter's pants on, and they have that little loop in them where they put the brush or the screwdriver. Okay, that's the area that we're targeting today. So kind of be mindful of where that is, and then begin to turn your torso towards the back of the chair. Maybe you can grab onto the chair here if that feels uncomfortable. Maybe the sides work better, but we're just twisting our heart towards the back of the chair, and we're continuing to squeeze into that block. So breathe deeply here, and kind of like the stripes on the barber's pole, when you make the twist, can you make those stripes as evenly as possible so that the way that the twist is, I'm still lengthening the crown of the head upwards, and all of those stripes are even. Breathe in and breathe out. And then nice and slowly, we're going to start to unfurl. So turn towards your knees. Now from here, take your left hand, bring it to the outer right thigh. Take your right hand, see if you can begin to stretch and reach it out. So we're taking a counter twist in the other direction, still trying to keep those shoulders out of the ears here. Breathe in and breathe out. Take one more wherever you're at, and then go ahead, face towards those knees. We'll take the block out from between the knees. Go ahead and set it down onto the floor. And then we'll come into this side lunge here on the chair. So just my left butt cheek, my Left foot is on the floor. I'm going to slide my ball of my right foot back behind me. So looking for a place where either the knees directly under the hips or sliding back a little bit further, but you really have to accommodate your own anatomy here. So if that's very tight for your hip flexors, they're tight and that's not working for you, you just have to find a place that's at your edge of your range of motion. And then once you find that, go ahead and keep the hand at the back of the chair for some stability and some support. We'll take that right arm, go ahead and stretch it straight out, palm faces upward, and then take those fingertips, bring them onto the shoulder here. And let's just get into that shoulder joint a little bit. So start to roll in one direction a couple of times. And then go ahead in the reverse. Nice mindful movements. If you hear any snap, crackle, pop, don't worry, you're not broken. And then let's take that hand, we'll bring it back out to the side and then come swooping overhead for that side stretch. So maybe you look up towards that inner arm for those neck muscles. If that feels straining, you can always look forward, you could look down. Press into the ball of that back foot. See if you can stretch maybe that leg back a little bit longer. And then on an inhale, go ahead and take that right arm up to the sky, drop it on down, turn the whole body forward. Leave the knees a little bit wide here, heels and toes out. Place the hands onto your knees and kind of pull those shoulders, like spread your collarbones nice and wide. We call this a closed chain with the hands onto the knees, and then we can lift the heart, and then maybe you stretch the chin towards the horizon here for a little cow stretch. And then let's hug everything in for cat. Really round and stretch the back body. On your inhale, go ahead and arch the spine, come up for that cow pose. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round everything out. Take two more. Breathe deep as you arch. And then exhale to round. One more time here. Breathe it in. And then exhale it out. Good. Come on back to neutral here. Start to heel toe, those thighs back to parallel. Take your left arm this time. Bring it towards the back leg of the chair. Wrap that collarbone open. Drop the shoulder down. Right arm's going to swim up to the sky on the inhale, and then as best as possible, just try to finagle it back there behind the shoulder blades. And then see if you can use the back of your head for a little bit of leverage to press that shoulder open. Maybe you even look up at the sky for that stretch. And then when you're ready, release that arm, draw it back up to the sky. That hand can shift to the seat of the chair here. Find a side stretch over towards the left. Root down through that right sitting bone. Good. One more opportunity here. Get it while you can. And then come on back up, drop that hand down. This time we're going to take the left hand over towards the opposite thigh here, and then find a side stretch for that neck. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Slowly start to come up and release that. We'll take everything over towards the right side of the chair now. So we're going in opposite directions here. Once you turn, first things first, let's find the block. Place it in between those knees. Squeeze it, so locate those painter's loops. Feel the outer hips turn on. And then start to rotate from the middle part of the spine towards the back of the chair. Maybe the hands come on here. And you've got a few deep breaths. So keeping the crown of the head lifted, making that breath nice and full as you find this twist. After your next exhale, start to unfurl, turning forward, and then from here we find the counter twist. So the right hand's gonna come to the outer left thigh, and then maybe you take that left arm and you spread it open. So keep squeezing that block that's between your knees, engaging through those outer hips, and then turning that heart space. Final breath here, inhale and exhale. Go ahead and start to turn the body forward. Let's place that block off to the side. Take that left leg and start to slide it back behind you so that you're lunging on the chair. Got my arm here to kind of brace myself, looking for that good alignment. Stretching into those hip flexors, and then arm comes out to the side. Go ahead and bring those fingertips to the shoulder and just start to get some lotion in that shoulder joint. One direction and then the other. Good. Great. Elbow comes straight out to the side now. Take that palm, face it towards the sky. Here we go. Swoop over that left ear. Find that stretch. And then try to make it feel good. Work right to the edge of your range of motion, right to that place where the tension tends to collect at the periphery. And when you get there, have a little bit of patience and really find that breath. So we're just bringing that good Sunday morning oxygen into the place that you're feeling, or whatever day you happen to be watching this video. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Come on back up. We'll take this towards the front once again, keeping the knees wide, the heels and the toes out. This time, let's stir the pot. So go ahead and grab your ladle. Just begin to give that a good stir around. So they talk about Agni is fire, and in Ayurveda they say that that fire happens right at the solar plexus, in the gut of the body. So right now we're just kind of stirring up a little of that digestive fire, getting some metabolism going. And in a very mindful way, we're going to reverse our direction. Go ahead and stir it up. Remember, like you're moving through something very thick. And then we'll come back and settle in. Start to heel toe, those knees back to parallel. Good. Okay, let's reach for our TheraBand here. So we're going to be coming to a place where our wrists are straight out in front of us. I kind of like to circle it around and then just kind of let it lay over my thumbs a little bit. Good. Now we're going to maintain where the left fist, the left hand, is not going to move. We're going to use the right arm, right hand. We're going to just kind of draw a little bit down on an angle and then come back up. So you might need to readjust your tension. You want the right amount. If they break, don't worry about it. And then come back up. Go ahead and press. So you should be feeling some work in both arms here. And back. Again, come down and up and down and up. Another round. And come forward and down and forward. Good. Now take it right in front at the top of the knees here. Sorry, top of the shins, right below the knee. Sit up tall. And then same kind of motion, only we're going to kind of kick it back. And then come up. So the strap will be a little lax as you come forward, and then strengthen to the other side. Feel the triceps turn on. Slowly bring it forward. So it's really important, not just the kickback, but the release as well. You're having time under tension, and we want that because that's working the muscles as well. Go ahead and draw it back, and then slowly bring it forward. Again, to bring back. Feel your core turn on. Keep that spine tall. And forward. And then back. And forward. Taking one more. And slowly forward. Okay. From here, we're going to bring it around the thighs. And instead of making a knot, I'm going to encourage you to make a bow. It's just easier to get on and off. But I'm going to sit a little bit forward in my chair, open my knees, and make the bow. Okay. Now the left knee, is going to stay stable, straight forward. And we're going to heel toe, our right knee out to the side. And then see if you can open it a little bit wider. And then heel toe a couple steps in. And then make your way out a little bit, so just trying to tone those outer hip muscles once again. Find your painter's loop, and then come back in, couple of steps. Out again. Hold it, breathe, and then slowly in. Take that one more time, come on out. Hold it, take a deep breath. And then come on back in. Good. Bring that right knee back to center. Start to heel toe out. That left knee to the side. So you've got a little bit of tension here. And then we're going to walk it out a little bit further. And then come on back in. Walking it out a couple steps, taking a breath, breathe in. Breathe out, and then come on back in. Let's do it 2 more times. Come on in, and then back out. Holding it, breathing, and come on back in. Good. All right, all the way back to center here. Let's undo our bow. Good. Okay, take the strap out in front of you now. Wrists are straight. Start to draw that strap up towards the sky. And then from here, maybe you have to widen that grip a little bit. See if you can come towards your end range of motion. So we're just kind of prodding and poking a little bit into the shoulder joints, just finding where we belong. Breathe into what you're feeling, having some patience, and if your mind is drifting around, see if you can bring it right back to the sensation that you're feeling or the breath. Now let's come straight up to the sky. When you're ready, drop your right hand down, press the left hand towards the sky. So find a nice side stretch with the strap here. Breathe full and deep. Use a little side abdominals here on the inhale. Come on back up to center, and then let's go to the other side. So trying to just make the spine move laterally here, not collapsing forward in any way. Just one more moment here, find that edge. And then let's come on back to center. Go ahead and bring it down. Set the strap aside. And let's just get into a little bit of a flow here. So take your hands down by your sides of your body. Again, dropping those shoulders down, lifting the crown of the head a bit here, feeling some engagement in the abdominal region. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, let's bring both arms high up to the sky, palms face towards one another. When you exhale, twist it open to the right. The right arm's going to come back, the left arm comes forward. Now when you inhale, raise it back up to the sky. And when you exhale, twist it open towards the left. Inhale, come on back up to the sky. Let's cactus it out as you exhale. Take an in-breath here. As you exhale, drop your right elbow down towards your right hip. Come back up to center on the inhale. Other side as you exhale. Come on back to center. Inhale. Go straight to your forward fold as you exhale. And then half flat back. Tailbone to brainstem, nice and long. Let's drop it back down to forward fold and let it go. On an inhale, press and rise all the way up to the sky. Breathe deep, hands connect down the center line. Take it right down by your sides. On an inhale, roll those shoulders up. As you exhale, let it go. One more just like that. Come on up on the inhale. As you exhale, twist it to the right. Breathe deep, raise the arms high. Exhale, twist it left side. Inhale, back to the sky. Let's cactus as you exhale. Take an inhale here. Drop your right elbow down towards your right hip. Come back up to center, inhale. Exhale, other side. Center it out on the inhale. Come to forward fold as you exhale. Hands to shins, get long, inhale. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Let's press and rise back to the sky. Breathe deep down the center line and by your side. Shoulders roll. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Good. Okay. Let's work on a little bit of the toy soldier here. So take your right foot. Go ahead and press it forward. Stretch the calf muscle there. Again, want to have that tone in the lower belly so we're not slouching. Reach the left arm up to the sky, palm faces inward. Breathe here for a moment, and then we're just going to move with this. So we hinge at the knee, the arm comes down. Go ahead and raise it right back up. Lower and up. One more time, lower and up. Good. Go ahead and drop it down and release. Take it to the other side. So press the left heel forward. Good, nice capital L shape here with that body, and then right arm up to the sky. Good, breathe in, and then down, again to press, and down. One more, and down, good. All right, we're going to the side now. So I'm gonna scooch up in my chair a little bit more to give myself some room. My right foot is gonna come out to the side, and I'm going to lean my upper body and take my left arm out to the side. You got it. All right, so here we go. We're gonna move this 3 times. Come back to center and lean. Center and lean. Center and lean. Good. Back to neutral. Other side. Left heel comes out to the side. Right arm leans out. Find that alignment, and then here we go. Bring it in and stretch it out. And in and out, and in and out, and then bring it in. Good. Okay, crossing it down. So right heel straight forward, left hand reaches down and leans. Good. Come on up to neutral. Take that movement again. Back up and bring it down. All right, we'll switch sides. Left heel forward, right fingertips reach. Come on up, take it again, and up. One more time. Good. Now we're gonna alternate with the bringing it back. So right heel, left heel, come in, come in, come in, and in. All right, you got the moves. We're putting it all together. Like an advanced game assignment says, you just follow along. All right, here we go. Right foot and down, left and down, to the side, come in, side, come in, cross down and up, down and up, row it back and back, picking it up, up, side, side, cross, cross, row it back, you got it, come up, side, side, come down, down, bring it back and back. 2 more, up, side, side, down, down, back, back, last one, up, side, side, let's cross, cross, and drag it back and back. Give yourself a hand, well done. Okay, we're gonna move to standing. So what I want you to think about when you go to stand up, try not to bring, a lot of times people bring their knees together and they go ahead and they stand because they don't have that strength. So I want you to really think about keeping the knees separate, engaging those outer hips, and standing up from where you're at, okay? Press it up. Good. Let's come to the back of the chair here. And grab your strap. Place the strap just on the back of the chair. And let's grab the block as well, just for this first part, okay? All right, take your block, bring it in between your thighs, and squeeze. So we're standing up tall. We're gonna move to chair pose. So first things first, I'm gonna try to drop my tailbone straight down the back. So I'm not sticking it out, but I'm not tucking it under like a ballerina either. Just want you to leave it alone, okay? Straight down. Notice your feet. See if you can feel where your big toes are. Feel the center of your heel. The weight is going to move and shift to the center of your heel here as you begin to drop down into chair pose. Squeeze the block in between those legs. Maybe you have to move the chair here if you're using that for some balance and some support. Okay, and just come down as you squeeze that block. Feel those outer hips turn on. From here, see if you can. We're not going to lift our left foot, but can you shift the weight of your body into the right leg and feel that right outer hip engage just a little bit more here. Good. Come on back to center. Other side. So I'm just shifting my body weight more onto the left side and remembering where that painter's loop is. That's the muscle I'm trying to target. Of course, other things are going to be working as well. We're just keeping some focus on that for some strength training. Good. Okay, come on back to center. Straighten it out. Go ahead and remove that block. Place it onto the chair. Find your strap. So I'm going to place the hands on the back of the chair here. Take your right foot, step it back, and on a little bit of an angle, begin to bend into that front left knee. So we're coming into a warrior one stance here. Both of my hip points are facing towards the chair. My knee is not going past the ankle. If you can, stack it over that ankle. And then that back edge of the right foot is like a suction cup. So I'm getting pressure there, and my right hip rotates forward. We're gonna bring a little bit more into the obliques here if you want it, not necessary, but I'm gonna secure the strap with my left hand on the back of the chair and take my right hand and draw it back on an angle like we did when we were sitting. And you're going to feel, keep turning your right hip forward towards the chair, and you should feel into some side obliques here as we get into this warrior one pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Go ahead and bring that hand back. Step your way up. Other side. Step the left foot back. Right knee bends towards 90 degrees. Crown of the head lifts up tall. Both hip points facing towards the chair. Once you find your stance, if you'd like, take the left hand. Draw back some of that tension. And secure the band with the right hand. And then just have a little bit of patience for the pose. Breathe into what you're feeling. Good, last breath. Slowly start to release. Step your way forward. And we'll do a little bit of a flow here. No longer need this strap. You always have the chair if you need it for support. I'm not going to use mine for this flow, but remember, you take care of yourself, accommodate to your needs. Hands are going to start by the sides of the body if you're coming with me. On an inhale, come on up to the sky. I'm going to bend into both knees, come into chair pose here, sink into it. And then standing up, bringing both hands to prayer at the heart space, stepping back with the right foot towards warrior one. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, hands come back to prayer. Stepping up towards the front. Another chair pose, taking the arms up to the sky, sinking down into those hips. Stand on up, hands to prayer at the heart. Step back with the left foot, Warrior one. Arms reach and rise to the sky. Breathe deep. Hands back to prayer. Step it on up. Arms raised to the sky. Another chair pose to sink in. Feel the outer hips. Stand on up. Hands to prayer at the heart. One more round here. Step the right foot back on an angle. Arms rise to the sky. Go ahead and come back to that heart space. Step towards the top. Breathe in, arms high. Chair pose. Stand up. Hands back to center line. Step the left foot back. Inhale, arms rise. Go ahead and bring it back. Prayer space. Step to the top. Bring the hands to chair for a moment. Go ahead and press up onto those tippy toes. Feel those calf muscles turn on. Lift the crown of the head towards the sky. And then if you want to practice a little more, right arm can come up to the sky. Maybe both arms. Find that focal point for your eyes to gaze. Steady the eyes to steady the mind. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. If you fall out, you can get right back in. Don't forget to smile. Just keep challenging those edges, working with balance here. One more moment just to practice, and then come on down. Let it go, shake it out. All right, we're gonna give Warrior Two a try. Let's do it this way. Not everybody has blocks, so let's use the back of the chair and step the right foot. The right foot is going to step towards the chair. We're gonna step our left leg back a bit. And as you do that, so the way we wanna find the right amount, not the most amount, is to bend into the right knee towards 90 degrees. And then check with your hip points here. So sometimes people are leaning forward like we're pouring tea over that front hip. We don't want that. We want the hips to be level. So that might mean turning your back toes in on more of an angle in order to make sure that your hips are in an even line here. And like I said, you're just going to have to accommodate, for yourself of what works for you and where the stance should be and what kind of angle that back foot should be. But from here, you can bring your right hand to the chair if you'd like. Left arm reaches back. And then if you want, you could even extend both of those arms straight out to the side, but look over your right fingertips and see where you're going. And then maybe drop the groin down a little bit. Perhaps reach the crown of the head up a little bit. Make sure you know where that back arm is. That's kind of like your past. You know where you've been, and it helps to inform your present. But you look over the right fingertips and you see where you're going. You see your future. And your head is right in the center of your body, right aligned over your hips. You're in the present moment. Breathe in and breathe out. Now drop those right fingertips onto the back of the chair. Press into the right big toe. Start to straighten out that front leg. You can bring that left hand to the left hip for a moment and just heel toe it in about a step. Place it on a little bit more of an angle here. And then what we'll do is we'll start to tilt towards triangle pose. So start to reach the crown of the head towards the right big toe. And then maybe take that left arm up towards the sky. Palm faces forward. And you've got both sides of the torso here lengthening. Good. And we've been talking about those outer hips. So can you take that right outer hip? Can you wrap it in towards the midline of your body so it's not sassing out to the side? One more moment here, triangle pose. And then bend into that front right knee. Go ahead and heel toe back to neutral. Okay, one more standing side to go. You're at the home stretch here, so I will move my chair to the other side. And then we're gonna go for warrior two on the left side. So left toes are gonna face the chair. Walk that right foot back a bit. Bend into the left knee. All right, so you don't want it going past that ankle joint, but it's approaching it. You get to choose how much you want to sink into it, but just check out those hips. Try to have them on a nice, even line. And then from here, arms can stretch out. Take a little peek at your left knee and see if it's kind of tracking with the second and third toe. So if it's collapsing in towards your big toe, you don't want that. You want to engage the outer left hip. You want to try to track that knee towards second or third toe on that foot. Remember, you still have a right arm. It's floating up there, but where are you looking? You're seeing where you're going, right over that left middle finger. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe sink down for these last couple of moments. Find your edge. And then left hand back of the chair. Right hand can come to the right hip for a moment. Start to straighten that out. I'm going to walk my back foot in just a touch. And then move towards triangle pose. So I'm going to reach, reach, reach. And then hand wherever it may fall. Right arm up to the sky. Keep lengthening both sides of the torso here. Can you press into that left big toe a little bit more? Can you wrap that outer left hip in towards your midline? These look great, guys. Give it one more inhale. And then bend into that front knee. Come on up, heel toe, back to center. All right, let's just finish it off with a little bit of standing movement, shall we? Take your right arm, bring it out to the right, and then go ahead and bring it forward. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, let it all go. Left side, inhale. Exhale, inhale it up, and exhale to let it go. Both arms, bring them out to the side. Let's draw them forward. Turn it in, lift it up, and then exhale it out. We're going to repeat with both arms again. Bring it out to the side. Let's draw it forward. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, let it go. Now, changing it. Both arms come out to the side on an inhale. Right wrist over the left as you exhale. Come back open on the inhale, down by your side. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, left over right. Let's bring it open. And then down by your side. This time, arms come straight out in front of you on an inhale. As you exhale, come back to that chair pose. Inhale all the way up, arms high. Exhale, just bring the hands down in front of you. Same thing. Inhale, come straight forward. Exhale, a little sinking in. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, come down. Now, right arm's gonna come out to the side and up on an inhale. Exhale, rotate it down and in front. Left arm circles over and up. Exhale, draw it down and in front. Repeat that. Right side comes out and up. Exhale, over and down. Inhale, left side. Exhale, down. Now, both hands come up to the sky on an inhale. As you exhale, bring them down and maybe behind the back. So if you can interlace, go ahead and do that. If not, maybe just a little fist bump Do what you can do. Put a little bend into those knees. Lift the heart towards the sky. And then as you exhale, come into a forward fold. If you've got the clasp, maybe start to draw it a little bit over the head here. You can have as much bend in the knees as you'd like. Find that shoulder stretch. Let the back of the neck be smooth. Give it one more inhale. And then as you exhale, see if you can drop those hands down by the shins or by the ankles. Lift the tailbone up a little bit. Shake that head yes. And then shake it no. And then with a little tone in that belly to protect your back, let's just slide it up one vertebrae at a time. Come on up to standing. Once you arrive, shoulders come to the ears. Inhale, open the mouth, release. Go ahead and find a seat. Take your block and see if you can put it a little further out to the right side here. Maybe place your heel onto that block. Take your left knee, open it a bit out to the side. Now turn your upper body to face the right foot, and then just start to see if you can walk your way down that leg, lengthening the crown of the head towards the big toe, finding a stretch in the hamstring here, and maybe the left side of the back as well. I just want you to imagine like you're directing that oxygen right to the back of your right leg. Breathe in, and like you're releasing any tension as you let it go. And then slowly start to make your way up that leg. Take your hands underneath the thigh for a moment. Just kind of roll it out. You can reverse that direction. Good. And then take that right knee out to the side. Move that block over towards the left. Place your left heel on the block. A little bit of twist in the upper body here, facing those toes, and start to make your way down. So still looking for some spinal lengthening even as we fold. A little tone in that belly. And big smooth breaths. So just stay with your commitment to be in the class. We're almost at the end here. But if you can really focus that mind on what you're doing, it's going to go a long way to how you feel when you leave. So maintain that commitment and that focus. A few more minutes. And as you're ready, just start to make your way out. Hands can come underneath the thigh, one or both, just circle it out. Say thank you to those hips for working so hard today. Go ahead the other way. Good. Okay, come on back to center. Find your mountain pose. Drop those shoulders down, feel your feet on the floor, feel your breath in the body. Just like to invite you to close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. A couple of moments here just to turn inside. If that's not comfortable, you can always gaze softly at the floor. But really just checking in with yourself here and noticing if you are feeling any more balance in your body, I'm not trying to conjure up anything. This is all just hypothesis, just seeing how you feel. What is it that's there for you right now? And just being with what is, allowing the breath to be really natural. Take this experience that we cultivated, carry it with us, just bringing that seal of the hands to the heart space. Also finding this gesture of gratitude that you carved time out to be here today. You had to organize your day in order to fit in this practice. You should recognize yourself for making those efforts. Perhaps bringing the thumbs to that third eye space for clarity of thought. And then fingers to the lips for thoughtfulness in our speech to ourselves and each other. And then back to the space of the heart, consistency of action where it really matters. Allowing this practice to help guide us in what we think, say, and do. I want to thank all of you for coming today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day ahead. Namaste.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you so much.